All right. So. My goodness. That was one hell of a freaking set of fights. Technically, honey, I don't think I lost a single one. Oh, heavens. You guys can't ask for food when you bury your food.
Was my shoe still on top of it?
Yes. Oliver, stop burying your food.
Especially with my shoes.
Ah!
Wolf probably wants to go too, doesn't he?
Probably. I'm on it. Now we are going to go and try to go through taking care of animals a little fast. You guys, for those that tuned in, got to see some VR boxing. And fuck those tall motherfuckers. Oh my god, like, they were way the fuck up here in game. How the hell am I supposed... I felt, you know, like...
Hi, Mimi.
I felt like a little person trying to get shit off the shelf. Just get your ass down here so I can hit you. That's how that shit went. Whew, but now we are taking care of the animals, and because the fights did not last over an hour, we didn't have to worry about the Oculus draining all the way. We'll just plug it back in. But oh my god, that was ridiculous. Like, motherfuckers, why do you need to be 8 feet tall in the motherfucking game? Get your asses down here so I can hit you proper. Hey, Mimi, BFB fan, developer, how's it going? What happened with Martinez? What did he say?
Support black people.
Oh yeah, he gone. Some of my best friends at work are black people. So no, deport racist pieces of shit. Just saying. Leave my friends alone.
It's okay, Mimi. I got it moments after they posted it.
Now, let's take care of some pets, shall we?
And then don't forget to water little guy.
Yeah. So we're going to try to get through this rather quickly. It's going to be somewhat... Oh, shut up, butthead. We do need to move this, though, because this...
Hydrate critter.
Hydrate. Is it that apparent that I've been sweating my ass off? Holy shit, have I been sweating my ass off. After the first 15 minutes of playing that game, it started smelling like onions in here. My word. I bet you my sides are going to be so sore by tomorrow. Because in order to throw a knockout punch on that game, even if it's one where you have to work towards, you
I'll be able to reach the top.
Well, yeah, you got to be able to reach the tall motherfuckers up there that you're supposed to hit. Thank you guys for being fucking 7-foot Jesus. Aw, sugar daddy Durs, where are you going, buddy? He's tired. He's going to bed. I already started to say it. And I was like, you know what? I already got past the sugar part. If I leave it as sugar, it's going to sound so much worse than the daddy durs. Yeah.
So there's your daddy.
He's apparently my sugar daddy, yes. Whoop. I had the camera facing me when I said that. Never going back from that again. All right, so this right here is our Therapho subhopsis. It is a tropical terrestrial tarantula, which means it prefers to have it humid. However, we are going to take a page out of our other terrestrial tropical critter, and we are going to spritz it down a little less. We're not going to try to oversaturate the soil. Just give a decent layer on the top and move on. Maybe it'll drive her out a little bit. Normally we'd go through and completely soak it up. We're going to leave it like that and see what happens. Now, when you're trying to take care of giant tarantulas like this one, you want to be sure to do your research first. Of course, these are fairly standard. You need to keep their humidity up. You need to keep them fed once a week. Make sure they have a decent water supply to go to. They aren't nearly as treacherous as some people lead on. Some people try to convince you that these...
Still have both dishes.
Yeah.
This looks like they chose the blue one this time. Usually they just stick to the pink one.
In any case, tarantulas typically go and they are fairly chill so long as you don't try to mess with them too much, like I tend to do with my Lacido or Parabana or my salmon pink bird-eating tarantula.
Oh yeah.
What's going on? Jerky!
So that's still.
It's alright. I'm not going to handle it because I got stuff on my hand. Duchess, no, go away.
I'll do the rest tomorrow.
Go away, child. Go away. She's not listening. Apparently the German accent does nothing for her. Yeah. So I did write some new poetry that we are going to go over. Go. Dogs. Oh, and as for hydrate, here. Are you happy now? Do you need to get past?
Yes, thank you.
But we just fought, I think it was something like, what is it, 6 matches? Or 5? The closest I came to a loss was a draw. That's a good night right there. Although I was getting very tired at the end. That was not my best effort, but I still won. All right.
The neighboring realm was not threatened as well. He judged the landowner for basing in the past and suspects that this is no coincidence.
All right. Hey, Nelson, how's it going? Whew. Oh, yeah, I got to go to... I'm telling you guys, if you guys ever get VR, Thrill of the Fight. And here's the kicker. If you get VR, you get Thrill of the Fight. Guess what? You can actually just go and box your friends on there. You can just go and get a
You know
group.
where my stuff is?
Your stuff? No, we got to find it. But would you be interested?
I was thinking about it earlier. I was listening to music. I was like, I actually want to do one of the.
Whew. It was quiet last night. Yeah, it was very quiet last night. A lot of people didn't show up. But that's fine. You know, I'm trying to go and just live by the notion that everybody's got their own lives to live. And it's a blessing when they go and find other things to do other than watch me online, because watching me online is not always the most interesting or important thing that you've got to contend with.
Trace his steps on the US side. He may be hiding something.
Yeah, Mimi, I'm sorry. That's rough. That's one of those things where it's just not fair.
If the Canadian hunter illegally shot at moose in Maine, the wardens need to prevent him and any Carol heads into the main woods.
Wait a minute. So if they shot the moose over on the Canadian side and it goes over into the other side, then it's a poached moose?
Carol determines that
No, it was poached if they shot it in Maine.
Oh, okay.
In a different episode that actually happened, they poached they shot a moose or something
All right.
in Canada and it transferred and they just got a hold of the wardens who got a hold of the next to US wardens and they worked together.
So this cage needs to be moist. This cage belongs to our Vietnamese centipede. He has been picking off the crickets, which is pretty interesting. Since I put crickets in here, he's been ignoring the roaches and has been eating those itty bitty crickets. So there we go. It's good and saturated. Having a saturated cage also helps.
but he doesn't.
Yeah, he said some rather bad things, though. So he did get in a little bit of trouble at the end of it. Now, let's see.
Since he was in the area with the gun and sitting on a paper tree stand, the son is now the warden's leading suspect.
I'm not seeing it.
The man gives the wardens permission to search his land for remaining there. But with the sun going down,
Nope.
the wardens will be hard pressed to find the evidence they need.
He's hiding. C'est la vie. So today I present you guys with a cage of dirt that has holes in it. Now, I know it seems rather uninteresting, but this is one of the things that you would see out in the wild in an area that has large centipedes, especially large centipedes and very loose dirt. You see, centipedes are very good at digging. And every last little hole that you see here is an entrance or an exit to its domain beneath the ground. Like the graboids off of the movie Tremors, these guys will sneak up on prey. Oh, there he is. They will sneak up on prey and nab them from their holes, and if they can't do that, they will just run all over the cage until they stumble upon them. Yeah, just a little disrespectful. Oliver,
Let me guess, my shoe again.
stop covering up your food. Eat it. Eat your food. Eat it. Eat it.
It's like, yay.
But the story doesn't end.
Here. Here. Eat it. Eat your food.
The suspect is an intentional violator who set out to poach the old and
There you go, babies. All right, so we don't want to leave this open too long, although I'm pretty sure this guy is sleeping under the ground. Alf has a tendency of testing boundaries. There are some times where he goes a bit too far. He has been timed out. I think it's been like 3 times now. But we don't ever want to kick Alf because Alf is funny. It's just he needs to learn what's good humor and what's bad humor. The man is as interesting as they come because he is literally a tornado chaser. So, you know, we don't want to give him Das Boot. All right. Alf is Alf. Did you see that?
Grizzly and polar bears can interbreed with 8 documented hybrids, all tracing back to one female polar bear in the Canadian Arctic.
So there's a female polar bear, one specific female polar bear out there that's got a thing for grizzly bear pairs. We'll call it that. Alright.
The taxidermist searches the bear for a wound.
Alright. That bullet looks almost entirely intact.
Because the bear was left to waste in the woods beneath his spawn.
Alright. There's the female. There's the male with his janky leg.
Back outside,
She has hidden herself under these greens right here. They've got plenty of water. Their cage is as dry as it needs to be. These are a terrestrial arid species from Yemen. That's where their ancestors originated from. They are considered to be medically relevant, as in, you don't want to get bit by these tarantulas. Now, while there is only one known case of death by tarantula bite, and it wasn't even from the venom or the fangs, but rather a bacterial infection that traveled on the fangs, you're not likely going to die from any tarantula. You might suffer. Such is life. You knew what you were getting into when you bought the tarantula. Needles hurt. Okay. Shots hurt. Okay. Shots with a little bit of potent venom on the backside of them really gonna hurt. So I recommend you take your time, do your research, learn how to best navigate around the tarantulas you want to raise as pets. Because if you don't, you're gonna get an impromptu piercing that's got a little zest to it. You're not gonna like what happens. I haven't been bitten yet, but I suspect it's a no thank you. Okay? Even when it's one of the lesser, the milder venomous critters. Yeah, I know. Oliver wants more pets and more attention. Because their venom is going to have the same kick as a bee sting. You're not going to like it. Okay? So, make sure you give them due respect. Most tarantulas just want to be left alone. Goes in this order. They want food, they want water, they want shelter, they want you to fuck off. Some tarantulas are more keen on being touched and or held, and by keen on it, you act like a tree and you do not move abruptly, because if you move abruptly, they are going to freak out. All right? Words of wisdom to live by. All right? Don't forget about, he's in his kennel and he's not coming out. Would you? Hey! Oh, I thought he was on her. Whoo! No daddy on daughter nookie.
Or daughter on daddy.
That is more preferable, because at least she doesn't have a schlong. Don't look at me like you're innocent. You are so guilty. Both of you are so guilty. Yeah, I'm worried too.
Yeah, but he also spends half the time playing, acting like Ghostball.
Yeah. It's
Confusing.
well, I was gonna say her last thing was incest, is what she mentioned. Again, it is confusing, but it is also very fucked up. Yeah.
Don't get the camera, else they'll smile for it while doing it.
Yeah, Duchess. Mm-hmm. Look at this. Looks like a fucking Build-A-Bear massacre again. Yeah. Yes, Gritches. You better get him. Get your daddy. Get your daddy. Yeah. Get him. Get him. All right. So now we got to go and get Little B's cage. And by Little B, I mean Little Bitch. That is her name. She earned it when she was younger. She's not so bad now. I still can't believe that last guy in that game. I knocked him out twice.
Did you reach his face?
It was so difficult. Again, on that game.
Oliver's like, "You back at me?"
Again, that guy was like way up here. It's terrible. Terrible. I did it. I got it done. But it was terrible. Kids, out of here. Go on. Go on. God damn it, go.
You told them to play there.
I'm gonna yell at everybody, including you.
Aw.
Don't tell me what I did and didn't do. I know I'm stupid sometimes.
Oh, shut up.
You're the one that just said it.
No, I didn't. Now, we are going a little fast through the animals because it took up a little bit too much time playing video games. It was so much fun, though. I was very nice to several of those young individuals, okay? I could have been a complete and utter dick to some of them, but when I saw that I was getting close to knocking them out, I fucking backed off and let them recover. I could have just kept swinging. Okay, here we go. Now, the next tarantula that we are going to be viewing. Did you see what Mimi said?
Yeah, she want to get something else. You're wrong for that. You know that, right? You're wrong for that. Okay. So the next tarantula is one that we know likes to have it good and humid. She is a Lasiodora parabana, or salmon pink bird-eating tarantula. And not only is she a salmon pink bird-eating tarantula, but she is a salmon pink bird-eating tarantula that is what I would consider to be, just based on her abdomen size alone, pre-mold. She is a chunky monkey. She is so fat. Okay?
Fat with a PH.
Yeah, fat with a PH. She's got the junk in her trunk. Now, without further ado, I give to you the one, the only, oldest tarantula in our collection. There are differences. Now look at her. She is an absolute unit. Now we know that she is a confirmed female. She does have a... My goodness. Is that a little bit of a molt mat underneath her? We'll have to keep an eye on her. But if you can look closely... Oh yeah, she is huge. Look closely, she's got kind of a mat right there by her back legs. Now that is not what constitutes a molt mat. It could be the start to one. Molt mats are quite large. As a matter of fact, they usually cover the leg span of the tarantula as a whole. When our Theraphosa pavus molted the last time, she actually blanketed herself in urticating hairs during the process. She really was scared that something was going to happen, and when she came out the other side and realized nothing happened, she started to come out more. So I think she's closer, the Theraphosa is, to being a wild tarantula than a lot of the tarantulas that I have. You're fine. Oh yeah, she is very lethargic. I'm going to keep my sprays over here, okay? There you go. Oh, it is bigger. She's eaten like 6 crickets that I put in her cage last weekend.
And what happens is, as she nears the day that she molts, she's gonna look bigger because she's got that exoskeleton forming underneath her old one. And a lot of her is gonna look like a lot more of her. And it's during this process that they tend to become more lethargic. They don't move around a heck of a whole lot. They don't like to go and interact with anything, and they won't be very reactive to you. I'm going to not go and try to pet her like I normally do. But, like, with her legs not spread out, that's how big she is compared to my hand. Like, she is absolutely massive. And again, she is a confirmed female. However, she is not a species of tarantula that we are necessarily looking to to breed because of the fact that they're not as sought after in the market. I think it was 2 years ago, somebody went and sold an entire egg sack full of eggs, for which typically contain like 1,500 offspring, for about $1 an offspring. Like, sold the whole egg sack for about $1,000, and came out on top with $1,000. But each youngin was basically worth $1 in that transaction. I'm not gonna pick her up. She's like pre-molt, dude. What?
We're doing a jamboree we can now sign up for. That's the 3-day show in Vernonia.
I want to go to the Salmon Jamboree.
Salmon Derby.
Salmon Derby. That was my favorite. I sound like a kid because that was my favorite. Like, they had salmon in the creek during the whole spiel. Whether they put them there or not is inconsequential, okay? They were there. It made me feel like a kid again. And as it turns out, we already have the day booked for something else. This year, hopefully it's going to get better, but as it stands right now, this year can eat a bag of dicks.
Oh, fuck.
This weekend, I need to call my father and see how he's doing, because I forgot to this last weekend. And yes, no, she can get hurt. We're not going to pick her up. If she were a little bit post-molt, I might be okay with picking up the tarantula. She has, in the past, climbed up on the top of her cage and whatnot, but Nana Mojes, did you go by that name before, or did you? She did? Okay. Besides, this is my baby tarantula. She is the oldest one in our collection. Welcome back, Nana. I'm a little bit forgetful as of late. Too many virtual blows to the head. Oh, she's leaving. Have a good night, Nana. Please come back later. We're going to be here every night. Okay. Now. Now. Whoop. You're in the background. Because I want to be able to talk to my viewers while I'm getting this ready.
Why didn't you? Okay, don't hurt me. Why didn't you water little guy while you had Little B's cage down?
Son of a bitch! Because my brain has been discarded. In reality, my brain is something that rhymes with discarded, but I can't say it because there might be some motherfucker in here that would want to see me canceled.
Or a hand.
All right. Now, I have got to go and get a water container prepared. We've got to go and pour water into little guy's cage.
Sorry, I didn't say it sooner.
You are such a brat. Oh, come on. Ah! I got the bowl. Oh, I gotta get this freaking spider cage off of here again. Alright. By the way, my wrist has been doing so much better. I can now extend my thumb all the way without having incredible pain down at the joint. I am so ecstatic. It took all day to get it there. But I'm hoping tomorrow I will be all the way away from having pain. And this weekend we can do all of the workouts that we want to without as much problem. And we want to work our way up to starting off our push-ups down the road with 30 push-ups to start. That way, no matter what happens, we can push through to 100 within the first, I would say, 4 sets. That's the goal.
Oh, you guys like.
Oh, Olive.
I'm glad that was empty.
Why is there mail up here?
I'm jolly all over.
Why is yellow new mold on top of the snake cage?
Because that's where it got put by you. And I forgot about it. Why can't you go and take the toy in the
Alright.
channel?
I'm gonna be in the kitchen, filling the bowl up with water, and we're gonna take it, pour it into the little guy's cage. How about I take you in there and now we pour water into little guy's cage to boost the humidity. Alright, it is really important for ball pythons to have at least 60% humidity in their cage. Let's move it this way. Set it right there. I think, doesn't he have 150 watt on his cage?
Yeah.
One of the man's firearms is a possible match.
Warren, that casing that I found at the scene probably was shot by that shotgun right there. You're gonna impound this firearm. That deer was shot with buckshot. You don't.
They're doing lawnmower races. I didn't realize they did that.
With buckshot.
Buckshot is a type of ammunition used to take down larger game like deer, not birds.
Actually, it's happening, but it's intentional. It's intentional.
Ernest presses Richard. He wants a confession and needs to know the identity of the other person involved.
Now, there's a deer in the back of my truck. That deer is drug out. The blood from that deer is on your boot.
I've got blood on me from that deer, yes, but you didn't kill that deer.
You're not denying that you were there dragging the deer.
I was dragging that deer, putting that truck in a pickup tank.
Yeah.
Got scared.
Okay, here's my question. Who was with you? It wasn't a female, but I need you to be honest with me right now. And I'm done playing around. I want the answer. I want the truth. I see that 1-0.
Alright.
That's not too happy, scared.
So, hon,
What?
it's gonna cost $225 for Vernonia, the 3-day event for a $10 That's a great price.
And you know, that
We just need to know who did. Boy, you are putting yourself in harm's way. I can tell you that. Right now, you're suspect number 1. You possess the deer that killed both children.
Yeah, well, he's also got a bigger cage and it's a little higher. So the stronger one makes it a little bit easier for him to have one.
Yeah, unfortunately, this breeder tank is higher than it should be for a ball python. What?
He's been in that corner for a couple days. He's switched positions, but
Should
maybe not tonight, but maybe tomorrow.
let's go and fly through the other animals, take care of them, and then we'll take out. Maybe we will wait till. No, he needs new water tonight. Actually, we should probably get going on that right now.
Yeah, if that's gonna happen.
All right.
No, we're talking
Oh,
about
Jesus.
little guy.
No. Talking about little guy, you're welcome. You got to see the kitchen. It's not in the best condition. Ben Hammer!
Hi, Rosie.
Oh! Now we're gonna have to get all over a Hammer's dog toy.
Okay.
You gonna get one?
Oh,
All right. Hey, Rosie. How's it going? I'm gonna go and get little guy for you guys. Oliver, you're gonna want to back off.
Richard was at one point in possession of this horse vehicle, a violation that carries the same minimum penalty as if he pulled the trigger himself.
It's important to clarify the difference between a sportsman that goes hunting and a criminal on goes stealing. And taking the custody of the sheriff and transporting him down to the jail.
Damn it.
This acts as a deterrent.
they don't have any stuffed ones though.
Okay.
The only one they really have.
Fuck!
What?
Dog toy almost killed me. All right. We're working on it.
Okay, that one's cute.
What?
The hammer.
Oh my god. Oliver, get off your daughter!
What is he doing?
Sitting on her face.
That's like a sibling thing. Or is that more of a brother thing?
Little shit.
Well, you win that way, don't you, Betty?
Smell my ass. All right, here we go.
The suspicions raised by the man on page send no. Can I get a page on male, 30 years old?
Is there at least one clean side of the sink? Shit. Okay. Now, honey,
Yeah.
while I'm taking care of little guy's stuff, I'm gonna task you with taking care of the other animals so that we can get to bed on time. Which one are you not supposed to go and douse with water?
I picked your waffles.
Waffles. Yes, you remember which one that is.
Smaller blue lid? Or smaller walking lid?
The smaller the smaller of the ones that have the pre-made holes on the side. It's got the yellow lid on the inside for the water dish. All right. They need horny jail. Oh my god. How terrible is that? It's not. Mimi says they need horny jail.
That's what I thought that said.
Oliver, get.
I have taken care of the little bee, the centipede, the Monocentropas balfouri, the Theraphos apopsis. There needs to be some water sprayed in Charlotte's cage, the 2 Sazamai. All right, we're almost there. Okay. So this,
Did the green bottle blue need water?
just did I spritz her cage yesterday or the day before? Probably leave it for one more day. This right, the way that my the shadow lined up with little guy's face, for a second I thought I saw his mouth open like he was about to strike me. And for the first time, I hesitated in what I was going to do with the snake around my neck.
Charlotte get the full tank sprayed out.
She gets the first layer sprayed down, but not heavily. So this is little guy, and I'm having a brain fart. Hey, Bubba's. Hi. What you doing? What you doing?
Where are you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mimi. You doing okay? Alright, now we've got to get going on cleaning up his water dish. We're going to be using a little bit of soap today because it was a little bit grimy on the inside. Dawn, and then rinse. Rinse like you've never rinsed out a water dish before. Because I know that Dawn is supposed to be safe for animals, but you never know. Is there a snake you would want to get but are hesitant about? Probably any venomous snake. But the hognose I would be hesitant about because if they wind up chewing on you, they can envenomate you with their rear fangs. Which, depending on whether you are allergic or not, could be very dangerous. If you, coincidentally enough, if you are allergic to shellfish, you are allergic to the hognose snake venom. Isn't that a weird world we live in? What, honey?
How does that one work?
I don't know.
Do you want me to leave you to deal with roaches?
Yeah. Did you take care of everybody?
Well, there was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And they just needed water, right?
Yep. Water. Did you spritz down the cages of the Sazamai?
Yes. And I only put water in Waffles' water dish.
Awesome.
And then I sprayed the scorpion a little bit.
All right. And then we're gonna hold off on the GBB
Okay.
until tomorrow.
Oh, with the pork chops tomorrow. Did you want me to try the frying and then finishing in the oven?
If you want to prevent them from getting overcooked again.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were still rather flavorful, but they did have that burnt on taste.
They're not going to be quite as thick this time. And there's 3 in the bag. Do you want to make all 3?
Yeah. And I need to but I need to eat those
Big chops.
pig chops tomorrow for breakfast. The one thing I don't like about morning, kicking the dogs out. They're such little buttholes.
Honestly, it helps a lot when you do that.
Yeah, I know. But
At least you get jerky tomorrow.
yep, I'm so excited. A healthy snack for my break. Oh yeah.
And if I make more for next week, I'm not going to make it until Monday. So I might give you a job on sometime during the day on Sunday. Maybe you can go and slice it.
Okay.
And that evening I'll put it in marinade.
We need to see if we can fix our slicer.
Oh, I was supposed to bring that over. Yeah, go get that.
Alright, now we're gonna fill this up. That snake got huge. Oh, this is pretty much how big he's been. It's just you probably haven't been able to see all of him on camera. He's a big bastard.
What is this eyelash
Ooh, beautiful snake. Very venomous, if I'm not mistaken.
fiber? Rosie suggested it.
You want me to get an eyelash viper? Or is it for the... 'cause I mean, No. We don't need anything that if it gets out could tag us.
I told you the next one, if we got a different variety, might be a hawk.
The hognose would have a very hard time giving a swipe by.
You should do a poem on the snake you mentioned.
Alright.
Moving the camera a little.
Holy cow.
Alley hole.
I gotta be very careful not to overdo it with that thumb. We all know why. Let's go, guys. Move. Move. Alright, so ball pythons need to have a side of their cage that is 90 to 100 degrees for a basking spot. They need to have humidity that is up to about 60 to 70% constant if you can to help them stay hydrated. They do not just remain hydrated based on what they drink. They need to have like ambient humidity, is that what it's called? Around them. If you ever see posts about ball pythons where they start looking wrinkly, that is a sign that the humidity is very low in their tank. And that can cause problems with shedding and severe problems with shedding that can inevitably kill them if not addressed immediately. I hope that was the dogs fighting. I just heard like somebody sighing right next to my face. That was very creepy. Puff the magic viper. Oh my god. You guys, you crack me up. Alright, his water dish is topped off. Okay. When you heard that from me, the stream paused. That's crazy. That is borderline paranormal bullshit right there. All right, now, oh baby, I know. Come on, come on. We gotta get you back in your cage so that we can warm you up. All right. So the lid to his cage is pretty impressive. Let's bring it around. There's that. Not yet.
Oliver, we just talked about this. Like all of yesterday, you were going to the door and trying to get out before it was time. I am not going to tolerate you harassing. Get away from the door. Oh my God, that dog. Get away from the door. If I have to say it one more time, you're going to be sleeping in your kennel tonight.
If he's sleeping in his kennel for that, you're joining him.
He's pissing me off. He's been doing this day after day. Like, stop. Don't look at me like that.
The wild turkeys can be relocated from game preserve an hour away. In Maine, the tried and true method of
Yeah, I don't know where he's off to.
is to use the force
Alf is MIA. He's probably dealing with another tornado. Let's be honest.
rocket nest is very old technology.
These are rockets. It's a modified plane. These are the charges.
All right.
Just install the charger rockets. Make sure everything's connected to the wires.
Why are they playing with rockets? I thought they were talking about rockets.
Oh, it's to shoot a net.
Oh, God.
That's the obvious. Trigger man will be on. That's like a decision. When the most birds are on the playground. We only got one chance of it.
to ensure that as many of the turkeys as possible.
Move.
The biologists bait with food.
Oh, that's right. They're trying to catch turkeys.
Arrive.
It's been an hour and a half since we set up the trap. Something just started a month, so they're probably just already come down off of.
Yeah, that is another possibility. Or harassing another homeless dude. Yeah, since that's the only way I could imagine him coming up with these ideas. Wild. Yeah, no, he could. I could see him going full Pecos Bill on a tornado. Ow. Fuck. Okay. Now to get going on what most construe as every homeowner's nightmare. We are going to start working on culling our orange head colony because we've got too many. I have 2 separate poems ready to go to turn into advertisements for these guys. However, you cannot mention costs, payment, anything like that in poems or advertisements on Facebook because Zuckerberg is a cuckerberg. Come on, guys. Quit fucking up your water system. You guys are worse than rednecks that shit in their creeks. Oh, God. Alright, well.
Got away from it. We get 29 birds. I'm not really damn happy. Because I would have plumped away the tiebreaker. So spicy.
we definitely need to cull the population. We're going to start with the adults because there's a lot of nasty behavior going on.
I can check this off my bucket list. Wildlife, that you can combine animal and wild animals, they're using explosives, it's gonna be a big day.
Right. There's definitely a lot, and we've got a lot of cannibalism. We got a lot of untimely deaths occurring. Oh my God. Like all of these guys, what the fuck? Okay, that one's still alive. I don't understand it. Freaking, there's like a whole slew of roaches that are dying in here.
All it's gonna take is one light. Holy smokes.
We definitely, honey, have you looked up the best way to kill these guys? Like, even the males are having less of a hard time. And they're old as fuck. Some of these critters that we're seeing, the youngins, they're really fucking young. I don't understand it. But we're gonna go through, start culling the numbers. We're gonna start with the adults. We're not even gonna relocate. We're just gonna start collecting. And oh my God. We might actually just have to kill off the whole kit and caboodle. This is pretty vicious. I don't know if they're sick or what. I just fed one of these to my tarantula. We'll see how she handles it.
Diatomaceous earth, it dehydrates them.
That is a horrible way to go.
Roach bait.
What? Let me guess what you suggested.
No.
What?
Lower temperatures are the habitat to around 75 degrees. This can slow down their breeding
Oh,
rates.
bullshit. These guys were breeding at temperatures of 65. It was terrible that my wife joined in on that humor.
Which one?
Fucking humor with Alf the other night. I think we might just have to do it the old-fashioned way. We're not gonna get into the gory details, but yeah. Now, if they die before we start working on that stuff, so be it. We'll just clear them out. But the overall size of the colonies are going to be reduced by 3/4 at least. All right, what time is it? Oh, we still have some time for some poetry, I think. Now, I wonder if I still have those old photos. Oh, I wouldn't be able to show them anyway, never mind. Unless I got my green screen back, but I doubt it. Yeah, because why would they give me my green screen back? That would be just the bee's knees.
The
Okay.
best ways is diatomaceous earth, boric acid, or gel-based baits.
We can give it a try in the mails. I don't know. I had it for a minute and then it took it away again. All right, hold on. Now, I think we've already done one on these, but I heard that somebody wanted another. Poem. I don't know why they, as in YouTube, would take it away.
All right. Just for trying to escape there. Okay. I think it's after that. Okay, yeah, here it is. This is a long one. Let's start this show by mentioning Aleppo, a place one should know when trying to bestow knowledge on a pet most know. Caught in the wild, these critters seem less hostile, and thus were profiled as a style of animal one could file as acceptable for a domicile. But I'll always see them as vile after one defiled my finger when I was a child. These monsters now sought to be bought were brought from Syria in a plot I do not think was given much thought. By one Israel Arahoni, who chose to be the reason I see these free to be sold freely, when ideally a man should have a ban ran on pets that can bite a child's hand. Okay, I understand a ban stands to turn this land into a brand of tyranny that should be damned. No, into a brand of tyranny that would damn many here, because when fear steers law to which we adhere, we're in for severe troubles, so let's steer clear of thoughts that interfere in freedoms held dear. These are omnivores that move on all fours, out to score food they can eat or store, and cheeks made for carrying things they hoard. Their care is easy, I swear, though there are tales everywhere of how they got scared or caught too much air, maybe had a flare of despair somewhere their hair could catch flames prepared. I know a guy whose hamster died being fried because it tried to hide inside his heater and applied a bite to wires he might have thought could smite hunger that night. I guess he was right. They can't get too hot. Oh God. They can't get too hot or be met with constant fret or get scared or upset because this pet will make you regret fears you let set. And that's where it ends, right there.
So these are hamsters. They were originally found in Syria. They were deemed so docile that an individual decided that they were going to take them out of Syria and bring them back to Israel to study. Now,
Okay.
it's all good for them. Freaking fantastic little monsters, I swear to God. When I was a kid, one tried to take my finger off. Little shits. Look at how vicious that is. Look at it. Look at that murder in its eyes. What?
Freezing them is the most humane. They'll go into hibernation and then just.
Okay, so we just grab oodles of them, stick them in a bag, and throw them in the freezer?
We need to get to the chest freezer because I'd rather do that in there than the regular freezer. We could do a lot more different if we needed to.
Alright. Well, then we
That's
need
what I found so far.
little monster out to plot world domination. Look at him, he wants to eat the kid's fingers. Absolutely terrifying. Alright, so let's redo that, and then we'll go to some of the other poems, if you want me to. Let's start, well, I guess let's finish this show by mentioning Aleppo, a place one should know when trying to bestow knowledge on a pet most know. Caught in the wild, these critters seem less hostile, and thus were profiled as a style of animal one could file as acceptable for a domicile, but I'll always see them as vile after one defiled my finger when I was a child. These monsters, now sought to be bought, were brought from Syria in a plot I do not think was given much thought. By one Israel Arahoni, who chose to be the reason I see these free to be sold freely, when ideally a man should have a ban ran on pets that can bite a child's hand. Okay, I understand a ban stands to turn this land into a brand of tyranny that would damn many here, because when fear steers laws to which we adhere, we're in for severe trouble, so let's steer clear of thoughts that interfere and freedom's held dear. These are omnivores that move on all fours out to score food they can eat or store, and cheeks made for carrying things they hoard. Their care is easy, I swear, though there are tales everywhere of how they got scared or caught too much air, maybe had a flare of despair somewhere their hair could catch flames prepared. I know a guy whose hamster died being fried because it tried to hide inside a heater and applied a bite to wires he might have thought could smite hunger that night. I guess he was right. They can't get too hot to be met with constant fret, or get scared or upset because this pet will make you regret fears you let set. Boom! All the way through. Now, let's see here. Oh, that's a political one. Of waste placed embraced by. It's a situation. It's a case. Okay, well, since it's not animal related. There we go. This is one I worked on because I was very bored and needed something to do. It's a case of waste placed, embraced by politicians, disgraced by policies they chase, we face, they'll never taste. In the situation where their representation offered in the presentation was persuasion, and the articulation of their iterations created elation. But once they obtained what they aimed to gain, they changed the game and chained rights they claimed caused strain. Those rights fight laws that spite our ability to outright keep our sights on things we might want to hold tight. We should be pissed that they insist we dismiss rights I insist should cause us to resist when they list them as they persist with this shit that twists the minds of those who once aligned with notions they now find malign. It was fine until those they assigned to lead were inclined to change designs till things asinine were deemed fine. Now if some learn you're concerned about Now if some learn what you're concerned about what some I was on one. Now if some learn you're concerned about what some yearn to turn into some social justice earned, they'll burn your home because they feel spurned. Jesus. Yes, here we go. Totally different one. If you need an excuse to act like less of a recluse or want to produce joy through the use of gifts introduced, stop on by Columbia City to eye our supply of gifts you can buy for a gal or guy you wish to try to impress. Be our guest as we quest to help mitigate stress as you work to bless one rife with the rest with something to address said distress. We've got skulls made to aid plans laid to have feelings conveyed. For those who disclose their interest rose over things most suppose are dark or close to morose. Our items that are great when you want to decorate, or items that are great when you want to decorate your walls for those who can't wait to have participate in this life you appreciate. Decor for your outdoors awaits in store, so score more items to aid your rapport or the rapport of those you adore. We're here to help you steer clear of struggles that appear near that would interfere in things you hold dear. There we go. Boom! That was my last advertisement that I made. Now this is oh, so you're enjoying it. Good. Thank God. Hopefully. This is the last one I'll read tonight because it is 21:47. This was based on somebody that was speeding at the facility, and I just let my mind run wild. So if I skip and get caught up, I've only read it out once since writing it. So, your ass may pass fast, but alas, your task will have my crass ass put you on blast with sass and mass. Because speeding is the leading cause of bleeding, which we're not needing as we're proceeding with meeting goals we're completing while conceding to acts that in fact distract as those who have a knack for attacks and act flack, talking back, acting whack. We'll exclude a rude dude with an attitude construed as one imbued by a crude dude out to feud over things viewed as not worth being pursued. But I guess press duress on those who quest to bless the rest of the guests with no less than the best help when unrest or distress molests. Minds were assigned to help when their designs go from fine to a kind of malign bind that many find unkind. As they line their garbage behind, vehicles they chose to load to dispose a waste, I suppose, impose woes. Enough to propose it goes straight to where one throws huge loads. Should have thought about that last line. In any case, thank you guys for hanging out. We are going to have to wrap it up. We are done for the night. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Sorry that my poems were not the best tonight, or I was not the best at reciting them. I am one tired motherfucker. Have a good night. Stay safe. And remember, I better not see you on the news unless it's good news.